For another edition of Dishin with Dave, joined by Fordham Director of Athletics, Dave Roach. Dave, thanks again for joining us.
No, it's always great to be with you, and a lot of great things going on, exciting times in Fordham Athletics.
Especially with football. A little bit of an up and down start, but scheduled some challenging opponents on that schedule early on. What are your thoughts on football entering conference play?
You're right, this is probably one of our more challenging non-conference, non-league schedules that we've had in quite some time. And I thought the win over Richmond at home on family weekend was terrific. Really played well on all phases of the game. A little tough going into the Yale Bowl last Sunday, a little banked up in certain spots, but Yale's a real good team. They're 110 on their roster and they're picked to win the Ivy League. And as I tweeted out after Saturday or Sunday morning sometime, a whole new season starting this week at Georgetown, Patriot League play. And I happen to think the Patriot League is wide open. You had couple of upsets last week, and kind of interesting who might be in the driver's seat or the favorite, but I don't think there's anybody who you're going to say, wow, they're just so good, no one can touch them.
Certainly a wide open Patriot League, and when you look at this team, whenever it seems they've received a punch, they seem to answer back. Just like the Richmond game where they were up against it against a CAA opponent and seemed to answer back right away.
No, and they have, and kind of the neat thing about it is we got a lot of young people. I think we only have 8 seniors on the team, 6 in the 2 deep on both sides of the ball. So when you think about it, for example, young secondary getting a lot of experience and everything, I think that kids have responded well to Coach Conlon, actually extremely well, and I think the future looks really bright. But hey, this Saturday, this league starts, Patriot League. We'll see what happens down in D.C., and it's, as I say, a wide open league.
Other fall sports, Jess Clinton, Carlo Acquista heading up the women's and men's soccer teams. And just like football, they scheduled challenging non-conference schedules that are now benefiting them in conference play. What do you think of that scheduling right off the bat?
Well, one, it costs a lot of money. No, it's fine. But it's a great way to challenge yourself. And really, at the end of the day, it all comes down to the A-10. You know, and the women have won 2 games in a row in overtime. I believe we're 3-2 right now in the league. The men are 2-1 in the league. And it's all going to be about what happens over the next few weeks, and get yourself into the tournament, and you never can tell what'll happen. And on the men's side, get in the tournament, win the first round game, and then we're hosting the A-10 championships, and that kind of works to our advantage, as we saw with baseball last year, where we were the 4 seed, came out on top. So a lot of exciting things coming on, and it'll be great. We're about to see volleyball play a home game one of these days real soon, in a little bit, probably a little over a week, which would be great for them. They've been on the road a long time, and we have one of our better players hopefully coming back from injury.
Let me right into it. Volleyball home games in the near future, basketball home games in the near future. We're actually downstairs in the Rose Hill gym right now. What can you tell us about the progress of the
I guess it's appropriate that we're in the Rose Hill gym, and, outside of our ticket office and our training room and the men's basketball office. The Rose Hill gym is about this close to being finished. They're reinstalling the bleachers. I would anticipate that bleachers will all be in probably by next Tuesday or Wednesday, and we'll be able to open up on Friday with volleyball. The floor just looks absolutely terrific. The surrounding area, the walls and the offices and the storage space have all been kind of remodeled, and now there's glass, so our coaches who actually are in the Rose Hill gym could look out onto the gym floor and everything. So that'll help a little bit, but it'll be nicer, newer, and the floor is just terrific.
How do you feel the teams have responded? Men's and women's basketball practices moved. Volleyball starts the season on the road. How have you liked the response from the team so far?
No, I think they've been terrific. Probably the hardest thing to overcome was volleyball, playing all their games on the road to start, because you really want your student athletes to play in front of their friends and family and supporters and everything. So that's been a little tough, but we had actually put down another wood court in Lombardi. So I think basketballs have responded well, and they know that the end is near in terms of the gym and getting the new floor and everything, and then it'll be back to normal, and it'll be a big plus for us.
And beginning of November, you start those basketball seasons, get everything underway in that regard, and you have a tip-off dinner coming up. So what can you tell the Fordham community about that?
Yeah, the tip-off dinner will be November 3rd at the Water Club in Manhattan, and really, I think kind of a coup. Jay Billis will be there. I watch Jay Billis a lot. I agree with him on a lot of things. I disagree with him on some things, but he's a very bright guy. He knows basketball. He knows kind of NCAA basketball. He's got a lot of thoughts and opinions, but I think it'll be a great night. And it'll be great for our student athletes who'll be there and our fans and supporters to have both John Rosenstein as the MC and Jay Billis as the speaker, and he'll also receive the Johnny Bach Award. I'm looking forward to it. I actually really want to have a good conversation with him and see kind of what he thinks of what's going on nationally now with name, image, and likeness. And where does a Fordham fit in with all of that stuff? Because I happen to think if you're a basketball player at Fordham, men or women, either team, and you're on a full scholarship, which they are, if you're going to get a scholarship, it's got to be full. It's a pretty good value for 4 years and what it could do for you for the rest of your life. And I would love to hear what Jay has to say about a school like Fordham that gives people that opportunity and how that fits into kind of what he thinks of in terms of name, image, and likeness.
Another opportunity to get out there is the 35th annual Fordham Golf Classic. So that comes before the tip-off dinner. So what can fans, community, alumni expect from that?
Yeah, it's our annual golf classic at Wingfoot. Paul Dillon, obviously our golf coach, has a big hand in that, and just, as I say, a sweetheart of a guy. So it's always a great night to kind of pay tribute to Paul a little bit. But we have about 270 golfers, and I think part of the attraction this year, it's always a great turnout, but part of the attraction this year is the U.S. Open is going to be at Wingfoot next summer. So a lot of people want to get on that course and see what they're doing and everything. But always a great night. A great day for Fordham, and hopefully the sun will be out and people will be able to wear shorts.
Yeah, and you talk about getting the most out of a Fordham education, a Fordham career. Chase Edmunds, we just saw him this weekend. Arizona Cardinals break off a big touchdown run. He's had quite the impact thus far. He's really exemplifying what being a Fordham Ram means.
Yeah, Chase is a special guy, a special athlete. And I can remember when he came for his recruiting visit. I met with him and a couple other recruits that morning. Joe Moore had asked me to do that. And I can't remember exactly who we played that day. And I remember walking out. We played really well, won a great game at home, and ran into Chase Edmunds as I was walking out. And he goes, "Oh, wow, this is so great. I'm coming here." And Chase was true to his word and came here and just did a phenomenal job on the field and in the classroom, and couldn't be any happier for just a great person. It's great to see what he did, what he's been doing and what he did Saturday for the Cardinals.
Dave, it's always great to sit down and talk with you. Should be an exciting rest of the fall season and an exciting opening of the renovated Rose Hill Gym. We appreciate it.
No, thank you. We got a lot to finish up this fall, a long way to go, and we're looking forward to the winter starting, and then next thing you know, we'll probably be out on Houlihan Park watching baseball again. So thank you again.
Good to talk to you, Dave.
Thanks.